morning, what's going on? I got a couple of words to share, some morning advice. This will help you get on in the world and in society and in your relationships much more fluidly. I'm talking here about owning everything about yourself. I'm talking about owning all the traits and all the labels and all the things that people could hurl at you and throw at you and call you. A lot of people get really upset when they get called a certain thing. You're a fucking asshole. You're a dickhead. And I'm my feelings. Now, for the sake of the lesson, I want you to imagine here for a second that this little ball represents a label, a trait. Let's call it the asshole trait. This is my asshole. Now, if I don't see that I am an asshole, and I don't own it, and I don't hold it, and then here I am in the environment, in society, in the workplace, or whatever it is, and then someone says to me, Lewis, you're an asshole. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not. Asshole I'm not an asshole. I'm not holding asshole. I don't have asshole. Denial, rejection. Now, let's sprinkle on some judgment. Let's just say that this is bad. This is the bad judgment. And let's just say now that I think that being an asshole is bad. I don't own it, I'm not holding it, and it's bad. Guess what this is now? This is an emotional button that people can push on and lead me and control me and manipulate me. Hey Lewis, you are that, an asshole. No, I'm not. Golly gosh, I'm not an asshole. That's a terrible thing to say. Got to defend myself now. Many people have many of these, and this is just one, asshole. But every single trait could be one. Loser, poor, weak, mean, inconsiderate. Every single trait that you don't own and love is a button about failure. So many people now have a button on failure, and they're so sensitive about it, and they have such a judgment on it that they don't even want to try things and take risks. To put themselves out there, to give themselves a risk of someone finding out that they could be a failure. But now imagine this. Imagine if you blew off all the judgment and no trait was good or bad, but it was just neutral and it served a purpose. And imagine now if you own them all, this was like a Pokeball, and you owned them all, and you loved them all, and you didn't judge them. And someone comes up to you and says, hey, Lewis, you're an asshole. I would go into my Pokeball collection, pull it out, yes, asshole. True. And instantly become the one with the power in that dynamic. When you own something and hold it, guess what you can do with it? Repress it, deploy it, throw it at someone's fucking head if you have to, twist it, change it. You are in control when you own your shit. When you don't own your stuff, guess what that is? Separate from you. And guess what you can do about it? Nothing. God, I hope no one uses that on me today. Hope no one's an asshole to me. Hope is your strategy. But the leaders and the authorities in your life, I bet, own it. I bet your boss owns it. The people who rise up, by the way, in the socio-economic class structure are the people who own more of the traits. And they're willing to deploy it. And they don't judge it like the masses do. Now, when it actually comes to getting what you want in life or in the workplace or whatever the thing, I'm not actually saying go and be an asshole and deploy that every day, because that's not necessarily always the most efficient and effective strategy to get what you want. I'm not saying that. I am saying to go and own it and love it and reduce your judgment on it. Because anything that you don't own and love inside yourself is something that is separate from you that someone can use on you. But when you're in war with an asshole and you own and love that trait, you can find out, you know everything about asshole. You look around and what makes this come out again? Oh, that. I see why he's deploying that. Because I own it and I can analyze it. I know it intimately. And when you know why they're deploying their asshole, you can then change the situation to get what you want out of it. The more Pokeballs you go and collect and stash and blow off the judgment, the more power that you're going to have. The more flexible that life's going to be. If you own every single trait and love all of it, you own and love all parts of yourself. And life is fucking way more fluid that way. The world becomes your bitch. You can do whatever the fuck you want.